I need your help me please subscribe my Chanla. The pool was unnaturally still that morning, too still. He was skimming leaves when his gaze lifted to me. Not a casual glance, but something sharp, urgent, calculating. "Sir," he said quietly, "you need to get your family out before sunrise." I frowned. "What are you talking about?" "Just go. Don't explain to your wife. Don't pack much. Just leave." He rolled up his sleeve. That's when I noticed it. An old military tattoo, faded, foreign, numbers etched into his forearm, followed by 3 initials I recognized from my classified years. CIA Black Ops Unit. Disbanded 15 years ago. Officially erased from every record. And there it was, unmistakable. My throat went dry. Who are you?" "Someone who's seen what she's capable of," he said, voice tight. "What she's planning. You think your family is safe? You have no idea who she really is." Before I could respond, he walked away, leaving the skimmer bobbing gently on the water. That afternoon, I packed our bags. My wife asked why. I said we were taking a spontaneous break, somewhere quiet. But that night, while she slept, I started piecing it together. And suddenly, nothing about her made sense. Claire, my wife, had always seemed ordinary. PDA meetings, charity events, a perfect practice smile. But the cleaner's words had open cracks. Late-night calls in the kitchen. Sudden withdrawals. Deleted texts. I'd ignore them for months. Chalked it up to distraction. But his eyes, the urgency, the warning, shattered my complacency. At dawn, I drove past the hotel she claimed to visit for work. Room 312's curtains were drawn, but I saw her silhouette. A man's shadow loomed behind her. I didn't stop, didn't honk. I drove past, eyes fixed on the rearview mirror until both figures vanished. When she returned home later, she smelled faintly of chlorine. "The pool guy quit," she said casually. "Odd man." My pulse spiked. She smiled faintly. "You should have seen his arm. Terrible scar. Not a tattoo." Her lie slipped off her tongue effortlessly. That's when I realized, whatever the cleaner had warned me about, it wasn't just an affair. It was far worse. For the next week, I played normal. Dinners, movies, laughter. But underneath, I was connecting the dots. A contact at the agency still owed me favors. I sent him a discreet photo of her car near the hotel. License plate confirmed. He ran a trace. The car was linked to an offshore account under a false identity. My wife's signature appeared in transfer records. Millions moved between names I recognized from old intelligence files. One name stood out, a name I thought buried forever. She was funneling money to a network I had helped dismantle years ago. A network that should no longer exist. That night, I confronted her, not with accusations, just questions. "How was your meeting?" She smiled. "Productive. Hand steady. Lies immaculate." I kissed her forehead. She whispered, "You're quiet tonight." "I'm thinking," I said, and I was about dismantling her without letting emotion cloud judgment. Love, I realized, is the perfect cover for betrayal. 3 days later, my contact sent a classified file. Grainy surveillance images, time-stamped, showing Claire with the same man from the hotel exchanging documents. Caption beneath, "Asset handler, target, John Rivers." My own name. Everything clicked. The odd transfers, the cleaner's warning, the long con. She hadn't been cheating. She had been assigned to me from the start. My marriage wasn't real. It was an operation. I was the target. She'd been gathering intel through me, feeding it to whoever still believed in the cause we had buried 15 years ago. That night, I poured her a glass of wine and waited. When she sat, I slid the printed file across the table. Her mask cracked the first time. Lips parted. No sound. "Who are you?" I asked softly. "You weren't supposed to find out," she whispered. "I never do." "That's what makes me useful," I said. I hadn't called the agency. Hadn't exposed her. I let her believe she was still in control. I pretended to forgive her, suggested a fresh start in a new city. She agreed to easily. I let her plan it. The drive, the route, the hotel, the accident. Only I altered the coordinates slightly. When she arrived at the drop site, her contacts weren't there, only the agency waiting. I'd sent them the files an hour earlier. I didn't watch her arrest. I didn't need to. By the time she realized, I was gone. The pool has been drained. The cleaner vanished, moved on, or silenced. I never saw him again. But on quiet nights, I remember what he said before sunrise. He wasn't warning me about danger. He was giving me a deadline to choose who I'd be when the truth came out. I chose clarity. Love didn't die that day. It was never alive. It was a mission. I was just the final objective. Now, when I watch the horizon before sunrise, I don't see light. I see exposure. And that, finally, feels like peace. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe to Cheating Stories Insight World for more gripping stories.